Hi guys, today we're making a little update on my UberScoot 800. Last video you saw my front suspension spring, one spring was busted, and I did spend some time, found it if anyone on the internet sell those springs, and no luck. And basically that's my old spring, that's the one that was broken. I'm gonna show you comparison. You see, that's original one, and then also this one was original, but one ear was busted. What I did, pretty much, actually, yeah, this end. Sorry about that. Because it was busted, then I grabbed it with a vise, and with screwdriver. I make my own. I mean, pretty much, I bend it back. It looks like original, almost like a factory-made bunny ear. This one is I made. This one is factory. But the thing is, you see the the original spring. It's actually a little bit longer right now compared to my modified one. And both bunny ear, it's straight in line. The one I made, bunny ear, it's in the 45-degree twisted. The thing is, I didn't want it cut it more and make in line, because then spring's gonna be even shorter. It's gonna be it will be shorter, because like I said, I will have to twist it a little bit more. And see, the original one has a full loop, kind of full loop. Mine, the one I did, it's maybe a little bit shorter, but the screw will stay in place the way it's supposed to. Now it's a tricky part to put it in. Let's see. Sorry, I'm using my cell phone, and you see, when it's full squeezed, the spring, because it has let me try to get, the spring, you have to stretch it to put back in the place where it's supposed to be, and screw the screw from other side. This short one, it will be much difficult to put it back. And let me cover it, what you need to take it apart. Pretty much you will need a couple sockets, 17mm and 13mm. Also Allen wrenches. If you do have a metric set, that will do it. You will need 2.5mm one to remove those small screws. Where's the screws? Anyway, those little screws, 2.5mm, and then a little bit 5mm Allen wrench. You will need to remove those screws with Allen head to remove the caliper and the brake caliper. And now it's gonna be a tricky part to put it back, because like I said, you have to stretch it, and to do that you have to remove that plate, the suspension plate I call. Why? Because you see, like right now with that plate, it's not long enough spring. Well, you have to, like I said, stretch it. But if you do remove that other side plate, sorry for my shaking camera, then those pieces, will become closer. You see, like without side plate, because before it was like that. Now it can come much closer. And even modified spring, you see, the modified spring will fit no problem. Just I need twisted little bit spring itself when I put it, and then it will fit no problem. Well, let me bring it my helper, who's gonna hold the camera, and I will show you how it's gonna do that. Okay guys, well, I already put the spring back. Now we need to put that plate back. Before we do, make sure the bolts, what you can do, you can tighten it by hand, and then turn it knot back maybe 1/16 of a turn. Because if you leave it too much room on the bolts, for example, like that, then the whole suspension, it may wiggle back and forth. Yeah, and you don't want to tighten it really too tight, because those nylon washers, it will be smashed. Anyway, you see how much we have to bring it together. We're talking about probably quarter. I know it's actually probably half an inch or so. What it's gonna do? I'm gonna push it the lower one up, and the upper one will drop back by itself. Well, first you guide it with those two bolts like that, and then you have to push it much harder and wiggle a little bit the plate to make sure it will go just like, okay, like that. It will go over the rubber bumper, because otherwise, if you just guide it, if you align it a little bit and then with not start tighten, it may rip that bumper off. Now use your Allen wrench. Actually, that's not 5mm, it's a 5mm. You put it in the bolt, put back the original nut, and then you tighten nut, but make sure you hold in bolt with Allen wrench, because if you're not holding, the bolt will turn and adjusted space on a bolt, it will move. Those side plates, it doesn't matter left and right, because they are both same. Just make sure they go like I did. Or before you take your scooter apart, you can take a picture with cell phone and make sure you put it back. You see, and they are both identical. That's a bracket for holding a caliper, the brake caliper. It will fit like that. If you put left or right, opposite side, it's not. It will not make any difference. Those plates is interchangeable. And after that, you put wheel, the tire back, align it your caliper properly. The brakes I got, the brake pad, probably I got 50%, maybe less. Probably another season or so, I will have to replace it. The brakes maybe 50-55%, because when they knew those things was not super tight, and I did adjust it a couple times. The tire on my scooter, well, it's a front one. The rear is a little bit worse. I got probably 40% left or so, maybe 35 or so. Probably, like I said, another couple seasons I will have to replace it. Well, I hope this video will helpful for someone who's looking for spring. Like I said, I did spend a lot of time to try to find anyone who sells the spring. I didn't have any luck, and that's why I did modify the spring. Well, I hope you guys like my video. If you do, thumbs up. If you don't want to miss any future video, subscribe. We will really appreciate it. Thank you and have a great day.